Young ladies, listen up. This one is for you. I'm here to let you know this is not normal, no matter how much society is trying to push this weird narrative 1000% out of order. Okay, so Eboni K. Williams is trying to find a way to get everybody to talk about her and get some attention. She's broadcasting all of her dumb personal decisions, decided she was going to craft up a baby on her own, and voluntarily become a single mother because she believes she can raise a child alone and she's got the money to do it.
The Real Housewives of New York City star, I never knew she was on that show. It says right here, announced Wednesday, that's today, that she is expecting her first child, a baby girl, after using in vitro fertilization. Now, I'm pretty sure, well, let me continue. Anyone who's gone through IVF or attempted IVF will tell you so many things had to go right. Eboni K. Williams has spent probably in the six figures to make this happen.
No single mother pitched a tent in front of Target at 3 a.m. so she can stand in line on Black Friday to make sure she bought single motherhood at discount prices. This is not something we wanted to do.
I thought a lot about this, and I'm ready to have a child, but I don't necessarily want to be married. And I know that I'm financially capable of taking care of a child on my own. So my question is, would it be selfish of me to enter into an agreement with the guy just for his sperm and I maintain legal rights to the child?
Hey everyone, this is Rock from StageandSky.com, and we need to talk about this. It's been a long time since I put a video out, only because I haven't had much to say. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening in the news that we've all seen, right? Like Caitlin Clark and the Trump situation, but I think other people far more qualified have covered those and covered them well. But on this situation, Eboni K. Williams, the bus driver woman.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns
No.
it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yanela is trying to help these women like her because Eboni K. Williams, honestly, I think is a beautiful black woman. For her age, where she's at, she is a gorgeous, attractive woman. And she's professional and she's successful, so why is she having a problem finding a man? And Yanela Van Zandt tried to talk to her and said, hey.
Would you date a bus driver?
And then the look on Eboni K. Williams' face.
Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns
No.
it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's no.
If he owned the bus. The look, the lips, we all saw it. It's like, oh man. Like, really? Like, who wants to come home to that? Just the attitude. And I say that because I understand why there's a lot of frustration when it comes to ladies, especially black ladies, because for the longest time, the culture's been pushing equality. And anything a man could do, a woman could do. But at the same time, women still want men who earn more than them and can provide a lifestyle that uplifts them. Because a lot of them, it seems that they want a traditional man, but they're not traditional women themselves. So Eboni K. Williams blew up because of that. That was like months ago. And since then, I've seen her pop up in my feed and other topics. She had a roundtable topic with like 4 other women, beautiful, prominent women her age, you know, and they were just talking about men and women. And she tried to, again, like, I saw some, like, she's not an idiot. Eboni K. Williams is not an idiot.
These real boss men, they do not desire a financial or an intellectual equal. They are not attracted to it. It is a turn off. The PP goes, burr, burr, burr. It does. I'm telling y'all the truth. They did not go to law school, L'Oreal, so they could end up with a peer.
Right, so I saw that she has a grasp of reality, which makes what happened to her recently even that more appalling, because you can't claim ignorance. Eboni K. Williams knows the statistics, she knows the black on black violence, she knows what's happening in the country, she's a lawyer, all right? So for her to go through IVF to get herself pregnant and become a single mother by choice is gotta be one of the most selfish things you could possibly do. We're just calling it out. Why is that selfish, Rock? Well, what's better for this child? A 2-parent household or a single mom? But Rock, what if she can't find a man? Then she doesn't have the child. It's that plain and simple. I say it's selfish because you're doing what's best for you instead of what's best for the child. You could get married and then have the child with a man, but that would require you changing your personality. That would require you being a cooperative, agreeable, nice, decent human being who would date a bus driver. Because again, like, the reason why the bus driver analogy is so bad is because what if the man falls on hard times? You understand? What if the man falls on hard times in which, okay, he can no longer provide the lifestyle that you want. Now you divorce him. Every man fears this. So it doesn't make sense because even with Andrew Tate's in the red pill community of the world, they'll tell men, hey, you know what you need to do? You need to work on your finances. You need to build yourself up. And it's like, great. Okay, I work my finances. I build myself up. I'm now at the top of the pyramid scheme. And I got the hot woman that I always say I wanted. But then recession, you get into a car accident. You know, you can't do the things you used to do. Now what? She can divorce you because she married you because of all these things. That's why, fellas, I would encourage you, trust in God. Go for the godly women. Go for the good women, the morals and virtues. The ones who were raised with two-parent household where you had a father in the household basically telling them, showing them what men are supposed to be. Those who grew up in household who didn't have the father who was busting his butt every day to come home to his loving wife, take care of his children, they don't have the role models that a lot. I was blessed with it. I'm one of those rare black kids, I guess, and I don't think we're that rare, but the stereotypes are out there, which is we're gonna hammer one of these stereotypes. Oh, the deadbeat dad. Oh, the reason why there's a single parent household, there's a single parent epidemic, or in America right now, is because all these black men are supposedly deadbeats and they don't stick around for the children. This is nonsense. Eboni K. Williams is selfish because she is depriving this child of a father. That's plain and simple. And it's not just, oh, well, whatever she wants is her body, her choice. No, that child's gonna grow up. Right now, the prisons are filled with black men who grew up without a father in the household. Those children who grow up and become men, who become criminals, they're victims out there. Victims who had nothing to do with your child. Because the reason why I say this is because right now I'm watching a documentary called The Supreme Team, right? This is in the 1980s where it's in Queens, you know, it's produced by Nas, but he's talking about the crack epidemic and just the criminality. And when it comes to black violence, Charleston White create waves because he said...
But you commented on black murder, which I don't believe black on black crime is a thing. Do you believe it's a thing?
Yeah.
Why do you believe black on black? Because some would say crime is all based on proximity.
Show me where the Jews killing each other. Show me where the Asians going to jail for murder. And they got Asian gangs. Come back to us because they see we don't care. If we care the same about black people shooting black people that we did police shootings, then they would respond to black shootings the way they do police shootings.
Facts. We don't really care about that. To us, it's just regular. And then if you bring it up, then all of a sudden you're some type of race traitor for bringing up just like the whole black on black. Like, we don't even want to acknowledge that it exists. Not all of us, but some of us, like Jason Lee, won't even want to acknowledge the existence of the problem. So why would you even respond to it in the same way that you do a school shooting or a George Floyd or something like that?
And then people in the comment section, well, what do you call white on white violence? White on white violence. That's what it is. We only call it black on black violence because when it comes to the issue of, it's not even close. People want to get bent out of shape when there's a police officer killing blacks, but compared to the stat of amount of black men killing black men, it doesn't even compare. So I like what Charleston White said. Now I hope that Eboni K. Williams, this child, grows up, they do something special, they're hardworking, contributing members of society. Because very often the ladies say, I'm gonna do everything right by my child, I'm gonna give my child the world. But not a father? You are selfish. I don't care if you have a boyfriend. It's not just IVF. If you have a boyfriend and he's not married to you and you get pregnant to him, you're selfish. You're doing what's wrong. You, the man too. But I put more onus on women because, ladies, if a man's having sex with you and it's against your will, that's called rape. And those people should be arrested and put in jail. It's on you to call the police. It's on you people around you to report this guy so you can take him off the streets. But that's not what's happening. You want to claim that it's happening, but it's not what's happening. What's happening is you're willfully having sex, laying up with these guys, the wrong guys who don't stick around, who won't marry you. So you're being irresponsible from the get-go. You bring children into the world because the Supreme Team, when you see the documentary of all these guys who get involved in drugs, there's good reasons why they're getting involved in drugs. It's just sad that I don't want to bash their parents, but it's like they didn't ask to be born, one of 6 to parents who couldn't afford them.
We should be able to do whatever we want, regardless of the results, the consequences. Somebody else here says, good for her. She's a mature woman that made a mature decision. That's best for her. Sending positive thoughts. Now, is that a mature decision? Is being a single mother by choice a mature decision? When it comes to raising up children as a single mother, it's not just the economic difficulties that are going to impact that child negatively. It's the fact that children do want to have a father in their life.
It's funny, we're talking about the same group that supposedly educated the public, preaching that money wasn't enough for a child. Every time a father said he provided for his child monetarily, they would argue that he could still be a deadbeat and label those men as such. The child has to have the guidance of not just a mother, but they need the leadership of a father as well. You know, balance. Something once prevalent in society before the strong, black, and independent "I don't need a man to raise no child" serial baby mamas of 1986 popped up.
It's really hard to not say a certain group of people are a problem. But when you find that of the group of people who like what Eboni K. Williams did, who don't see a problem with it, they all have something in common when it comes to their race and gender, it does make you believe all these people are a problem.
They're carjacking these people. This is crazy. Oh, that's crazy. Women doing what women do, which is scream. Oh, they got the kid in the car. Yeah. Man, that is crazy. I think incidents like this, it creates racist. No shit. Let's go to the comments. Uh-oh. This is why you should carry a gun. Usual suspects. You see that? Usual suspect. Not surprise button. Usual suspects once again. Why does anyone live around black folks? Niggas broke and don't want to get a job. Always the same species. Here comes.
What are you trying to say? Black people are a whole different animal?
Yeah, pause right there. Here comes the racists to comment when they see someone black do something, but they oddly always miss when roles are reversed. Okay, look, are there white people carjacking people? Yeah. But as black people, we make up what? How much of the population? About 10% of the population?
Yeah.
And we account for 50% of the violent crime in this country.
And that's why, I mean, I have a niece, my 7-year-old cousin's daughter. You know, like I'm very careful about where they're growing up, where they're going to school. I don't want these kids, these innocent, good-natured children, to be surrounded by children of people, black or white, who don't have a father in the household. Men, we're different. We're built different. We understand authority. We have we understand the healthy level of respect for. I mean, look at me. You're not gonna just walk up to me and call me the N-word or an F-word or whatever and act like you're safe. Now, obviously, I'm a Christian. You know, you can say whatever you want to me. I can keep walking off, but you're in danger. The threat of danger is always there when you look at a man like me, right? That's what men do. That's what fathers do. That's what they instill in their children. If you don't have that, you go out in the world. You know, like you mess with the wrong one. Sinbad said it best. Everyone thinks they're Billy Badass until you meet Billy Badass. I think people who grow up with the father or an older brother, some kind of male authority figure in the household, not on the weekends, in the household, teaching your child. You know, you're about 5 seconds away from the beatdown, right?
You have to sleep. No, I want bed. You're sick. No, I'm not. You're sick. No.
Lay down, be quiet. Oh, Rock, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't use violence. Listen, everyone's different. There are some kids who are pure and innocent. You could tell them to do a timeout and they'll straighten them up. There are a lot of kids who just the look of disappointment will instill, oh man, I don't want to mess up again, you know, and that will straighten them out. And then there were kids like me. I needed the belt. I knew that without the belt, I could get away with my more lenient mother, who would the cry, all I gotta do is cry a little bit, and she'll let me do whatever I want. Meanwhile, my stepfather, who was a drill sergeant, or my real dad, who is also a military guy, they would, pull out the belt. No, I don't want to see no cry. Take out the garbage. Like, that's what men do. Oh, women could do that too, sure, but it's not the same. Look at the stats.
Stats are clear. Even Barack Obama once cited them. If you're raised without a dad, you're 5 times more likely to be poor and commit crime, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, and 20 times more likely to end up in jail. What's happened? In the mid-60s, with I think the best of intentions, a Democrat named Lyndon Johnson launched what he called the War on Poverty. And since then, we have incentivized women to marry the government and incentivized men to abandon their financial and moral responsibility.
You know, black men are deadbeat dads. I'm a 37-year-old man who's a virgin. I don't live in my parents' basement. I just never had sex. I believe in waiting till marriage to have sex. And I do this not just because that's what the Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, but I'm thinking about my future children. I don't want to accidentally get someone pregnant in which I don't like this person. I just liked her body. Now I'm stuck with her in my life for 18 years and she's turns out to be a horrible person. And now my child, my son or daughter, is going to have to deal with this contentious relationship. They didn't ask to be brought into that. So it's with love and affection and just prudence that I'm very careful when it comes to sex, that I believe in waiting till marriage to have sex. And I thank God for the wisdom he's passed down. I thank God for, honestly, people like Eboni K. Williams. Like, these are, she's pushing it as if this is a flex, as if, hey, look at me, as if this, she literally said.
That's why I called this my remarkable miracle, she says, because it really does feel like I've been the recipient of some very enormous favor from God above.
It's just wicked. Like, what evidence would lead you to believe that this is a favor from God? That's what I want to know. Because you got what you wanted? Is that what it's about? You pray to God, hey, God, give me a Lamborghini. So then you get a Lamborghini. Oh, this must be what God wanted for me. Is that what you're equating? How many black boys, how many black daughters, grow up in these single parent households where they think their dad never loved them, that their dad wasn't important. I just saw a documentary, LL Cool J's father. Geez, have you never heard about him? LL Cool J's dad took a shotgun to his mother and I think grandmother or grandfather. And LL Cool J forgave him because the power, the want of a father in your life is so potent in all of us. So LL Cool J forgave his shotgun wielding, almost killed his father, and made him the manager until he had to fire him because he did a bad job. But that just goes to show how important fathers are in their lives, especially young black boys. And if you don't have that, they're going to look for that father figure elsewhere. And whether it's from the streets, the football team, the coach. Another thing, I'm watching a documentary it's called Kings on Showtime, where you have boxers like Detroit, what's his name? No, Tommy Hitman Hearns, grew up without a father. His boxing coach was like a father figure to him. Same with Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran, his benefactor was like a father figure to him. Ladies, I really hope that you guys, it's not all the ladies, I'm talking to a lady right now, you know who you are, and she's not like this. I can talk to her about any of this stuff and she just like, this is crazy. I just hope this stupidity, and really is stupidity, here's the definition of the word right here. I'm not saying stupidity as in I'm trying to demean you, it's just the meaning of the word, stupidity, that's what it is. I just hope it's not as widespread as social media and all these comments would have you believe. I really do I hope. But again, when you see the crime statistics, it's just bad. All right, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Thank you.